Hey, what's up?
Hi guys. Tonight we'll be talking about the NFL draft, the first round specifically, and we're just gonna give our thoughts, our what we thought teams will pick and whatnot. A lot happened, so we're probably just gonna go over what sticks out most to us. But Mike was really pumped up about this, so he definitely knows what he's gonna say here.
Yeah, I am very curious about the first pick, especially Kyler Murray to the Arizona Cardinals. What do you think, Pat? Finn?
All right. Well, Mike, before this, Mike wanted to pick 3 likes and 3 hates in a draft, and he is actually one I hate a lot. Actually, I think it is a terrible pick by the Cardinals to pick a quarterback. First off, because of Josh Rosen. Now, was last year his first year or second year?
It was his first year. He was a rookie out of UCLA.
Yeah, and
he was a younger player, not particularly experienced at the NFL level.
Yeah, and that's expected. It's a rookie quarterback. Not every quarterback is going to be like freaking Cam Newton, you know? And
yeah, but the point is he was still a first rounder, and the NFL usually you get a first rounder and you stick with him for like a couple years to see if he can turn it around.
And
the Arizona Cardinals don't exactly have a good image with this pick.
Yeah. I hate it. I think first of all, it's disrespectful to Rosen. I mean, talk about a confidence shooter right there. And yeah, it's not like Kyler Murray's winning the team lottery either. I mean, usually when you get picked that high, you're not usually getting like inheriting a good team, but man, Cardinals they didn't really help themselves like in the last few years, especially with a lot of things. But yeah, I hate the pick. They should have picked... I mean, this draft, the first round draft so far has been very defensive heavy.
Yo, I'll tell you my 2 likes, and then you should tell me a dislike or something.
Okay.
I really liked Montez Sweat to the Redskins at 26.
Really? Why is that?
He's just a versatile player, and the Redskins need that on their defense. And I really like Jonathan Abrams for the Raiders. The next pick also went to Mississippi State. And the Patriots, who just grabbed the receiver from Arizona State.
Yeah.
And they already have grades for all the first round. Everything. Pretty much everybody's already talking about it. A pick I didn't like was Devin Bush from Michigan going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, a linebacker.
Yeah.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers are focusing too much on their defense again because they think their defense is really, really good. And I just like the player. I don't like the fit. I don't like the Steelers getting this kind of player.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't like Rashawn Gary going to the Green Bay Packers from Michigan, the defensive tackle. He was just a hyped player in college that never really put it all together for the Wolverines. But still a great athlete.
Yeah.
I just don't like the team fit with the Green Bay Packers. They're going to ask something that I don't think he's capable of, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I really also don't like Dwayne Haskins.
Really?
Ohio State quarterback going to the Redskins.
Really?
Number 15 pick. What do you think about that pick?
He's actually one of my likes. So I'll go through my likes here. My one like I love is Mike Bossa going to the 49ers. And the biggest reason why is because the 49ers, ever since they lost that Super Bowl, have been a shit show. And it all started when their defense collapsed. And they're trying to get it together with Garoppolo, but he keeps getting hurt. But he still has some time left to prove himself. So
I really like the Nick Bosa pick, but that's not in my top 3. Everyone knew he was going to get picked.
Yeah,
really high.
Yeah, I just like it because to 49er, because they could have picked any defensive edge or whatever there. I mean, there was a lot of great ones, but I think what I like about Mike Bosa, it just feels right. It just to me, and it represents really the difference between the 49ers and the Cardinals. Because when I see this, I see, all right, this is a team that gets it. That we already have a quarterback. We're going to give him time. Let's fill another need. Instead of the Cardinals really just like, we got a first round pick. We got to pick a quarterback. And
that's not to say Kyler Murray isn't capable.
No, he is.
But that added pressure of being number 1 overall is weighed on him.
Especially when you have to...
And it also puts pressure on Josh Rosen as well, which is why I don't like that pick.
Yeah.
And I like the Nick Bosa pick much better.
Yeah, I like it. It's a smart pick. And
What do you think about Williams to the Jets, number 3?
I think that's a good pick. The Jets' strength has always been as a defensive team, so it makes sense they would pick a defensive player, especially when I don't know a ton about the Jets' standing. I know when they had Fritz Patrick, they kind of got hot for a quick season and a half or so, but
the Raiders, they picked a defensive player.
Yeah.
At both spots in the first round, they picked safety Abrams, and they also picked Farrell from Clemson, defensive end.
Yeah, I will say I didn't watch the draft, but I kept track of on the phone the phone with the picks, the grades, and the opinions from Pete. So that's kind of how I kept track of it, and yeah, I think for the most part you couldn't go wrong in this draft, especially with defense on the defensive side. But I feel like with that pick from the Raiders, the Clemson guy, I think they could have found. I think there was probably better players out there, but it's hard to say in the draft because anything can happen in the next year. But
I think a pick I really don't like was Jones, quarterback from Duke.
Yeah, that's one of my dislikes too.
That's one of your likes?
No, dislikes. I hate that pick. That was awful. I mean, first off,
everyone need to go for a quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
All right. To help with that dislike there. I'm going to talk about my Dwayne Haskins one because they kind of relate a little bit. You see, first of all, Giants should have picked Haskins because Kyler Murray was already picked. They should have, in my opinion, Haskins. I love the Redskins pick for Haskins mainly because after Murray, he's probably the best quarterback in the draft behind Murray.
I think Haskins is a good athlete,
but
I think the only reason you take him over Kyler Murray is his height.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the height thing because it's already been proven that short quarterbacks can be successful in the NFL. But
I still would, if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably want Murray, but it's only by a little bit.
Yeah,
it's just I don't see much for Murray either. I just don't think these quarterbacks are that great in the NFL, but maybe.
Yeah, and what I like about it is because Alex Smith, I believe he's still on the Redskins because I believe he is, but he got hurt big time last year, like broken leg or something, almost lost a leg or something crazy shit like that. So Haskins, if Alex Smith starts at all for the Redskins, it'll be a great opportunity for Haskins to learn under Smith because Smith is kind of an athletic quarterback a little bit. And so he could probably help Haskins a lot, even though Haskins, you could easily argue, is a bunch more athletic. But I feel like that's a great pick.
But Alex Smith does have a lot of playoff experience, so he could be a good mentor.
Yeah, and that's why I like it so much, is because they're thinking ahead into the future. Well, that's why I don't like about the Giants pick, is because who the fuck is Jones? I never heard of him. I mean, this is already a quarterback-like draft to begin with, and you have the 6th pick. Why not fill in another need other than quarterback? I mean, I understand you need a quarterback because of the...
The New York Post headline, Giants Daniel Jones is an utter disaster on so many levels.
Yeah, I mean, jeez.
But what if he actually is good, and he does prove those people wrong?
Well, it can happen, surely, but I mean, it could easily not happen as it easily could happen, too.
I just think it seems like a reach.
Yeah, it's a huge reach. I mean, I would have picked. I mean, New York is great with their I would have made defense the focus. It's a defense draft. Focus on defense. If you have defensive needs, take advantage of the draft. I mean, don't reach for shit you're not gonna get. I mean, Eli, sure, he's over the hill, and he didn't perform well at all last year, but he's still freaking Eli Manning. I mean, if you're gonna replace him with a draft quarterback, it can't be someone like Daniel Jones. I mean, good lord.
You're saying that the wrong way, dude. All I have to say is that it seems like a reach.
It is a reach.
The Steelers traded up for Bush. The Broncos got a tight end from Iowa, and the Lions got Hawkinson, who's also a tight end from Iowa. 2 Iowa tight ends in the first round, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's another thing. The tight end pick actually is in my dislike one.
The Lions just are getting another tight end after they folded on Ebron and traded to the Colts.
I know, but
that seems like a bad move for them.
Yes, it is complex. Now the grade they gave them a B- for it, and I can understand that because last year they had like no tight ends at all, like nothing, and I looked at the roster again, and when I looked through it, I forgot how many people they added in the offseason on defense that are pretty good players, like Flowers at an end, Hand at the other end. They still got Snacks as a DT. They got decent linebackers, but they lost Glover Quinn, and one of their needs was a safety, and they should have drafted a safety. But here's the thing, even with those guys at the ends, they're not necessarily awesome players. Why not draft a D lineman or even a linebacker even? You obviously need something there. Like it said, one of the needs was edge rush, safety, offensive lineman, and linebacker. But they pick a fucking tight end. They did this again. I made jokes about it. I made jokes about it like all before the draft. Man, I hope that it'd be funny if they pick a tight end again like Ebron, and they did it. They fucking did it.
It was funny, dude. But one thing I really thought was good that happened earlier was the Patriots banned receiver Josh Gordon signed a tender.
Yeah.
2 days ago. This is a headline at NFL.com. Also, signed tender Boston.com 2 days ago, ESPN. This freed up their experience at wide receiver, so they felt they could draft a wide receiver, N'Keal Harry. Herman Edwards was his coach, who says he's a great player. Every box. I really like that pick, N'Keal Harry.
I'll name my last favorite pick. It's Marquise Brown for the Ravens. I think that's an awesome pick because
that was a good pick. I do like that pick also.
Yeah, because I mean you got Jackson who's revving up, ready to go, and he needs some weapons. And what do? You pick up a weapon. You get the job done. You look at the board. You see, okay. There's the best wide receiver in the draft. We need a wide receiver. Pick it. Don't be like, oh, we need needs on defense. There's some defenders out there. You know what? Let's pick a tight end. Even though, I'm a little conflicted because they did need a tight end, and this guy has been compared to Gronkowski, which I will admit has a little bit of excitement to it. But here's the thing: if they want to pick a tight end, why not trade down? And then pick them later and get another draft pick or two for this draft or the future drafts, you know?
One thing I think that's crazy is that the Patriots have had such a bad record drafting wide receivers, but they always have such good ones. They have Julian Edelman, they have Josh Gordon, they had Danny Amendola.
Yeah,
they had the best receiving tight end in the NFL, Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, and he wasn't even a first rounder, was he?
Why don't the Patriots draft good wide receivers in the past, and why haven't they?
I think they kind of do. You know, have you ever seen the movie Moneyball? About like
they study analytics. Yeah, that's probably what they do.
Yeah, they probably do that. They probably say, okay, I mean, this player doesn't do this well, but we only need him to do these two things well. And if he can do these two things very well, it's all good. And who cares about the rest of the stuff? And that's kind of, I think, what they're focused on. But yeah.
What if they are just the best team at picking overall players and wide receiver isn't as important?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you have Tom Brady, I mean, sure, you need good receivers, but you don't need fantastic receivers. I mean, Tom Brady has won with juggernaut passing offenses and with offenses that just run the ball a lot. I mean, you can plug him in any offensive system and he'd do fine. That's the trick with Tom Brady. It's adaptability. That's what makes him so good, is his ability to adapt to different schemes.
On a light note, did you see how many Falcons fans were at the NFL draft? That was funny. One was playing the drum. It was hilarious.
That is funny. But yeah, just to summarize, my likes were Mike Bosa, Haskins, and Brown. And Nick Bosa. I don't know why I put Mike Bosa. It's Nick Bosa, Haskins, and Brown. And my hates were Murray, Jones, and TJ. Even though I can see why they picked TJ, I just feel like with the 8th pick, they should have picked... Because TJ's more of a late first-round pick, if at the most. And I think they just picked him too early. If they wanted him, they should have traded down or just picked or fill out a need. Because there were plenty of players that could have fit out the other needs. And just kind of see if he popped up, and if he did, then oh well. You know?
Yeah, but I like a lot of the defensive player pick. I don't like the quarterbacks. I don't like Haskins or Jones. And I don't like pretty much any of the quarterbacks, to be honest. I don't like Murray at all.
Yeah. I mean...
They could prove me wrong. I did like Abrams. I did like Sweat. I did like Keeley.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They didn't pick Metcalf. And isn't the Metcalf guy the son of, like, the legendary Metcalf receiver from, like, the receiver who was, like, one of the greatest returners ever?
Perhaps. I don't even know.
Yeah, but either way, I read about him, and he was like, I quickly read his scouting report. I'm like, why did the Patriots pass up him? I mean,
because maybe they found a better guy.
Yeah, that could be
it. They
needed
a receiver. They just didn't need. Maybe they can still draft him in the second or third round.
They could, because there were actually quite a few trades this draft, draft picks, trades in this draft. So
overall, I like some of those picks, but I don't like the quarterbacks. That's my opinion.
Yeah, the only quarterback pick I like was Haskins, just because they gave him because they're thinking ahead. They could have done that with Murray if he fell down fast enough. They could have done that with Drew Lock. You see, I even Drew Lock sounded familiar to me, but not Jones. I mean, geez, that's just such a weird pick. And if it was a quarterback-driven draft, no one would probably bat it that much of an eye. But with a draft that's so defense-heavy, why did they, with the 6th pick, they should have picked a defender. I mean, you still got Eli Manning, even though he's flirts with becoming a scrub. It's still Eli Manning.
I didn't like that pick of a quarterback for that team and the scheme fit. I didn't even like the Packers picks or the Lions pick. I didn't like a lot of picks overall.
Yeah,
especially not the quarterbacks.
I'm very disappointed that they didn't select a Michigan guy, the Lions, because there was 2 projected first round Michigan defender guys that fitted the need of the Lions. Lions needed some defensive line help and some linebacking help.
The Lions were trying to think ahead and get an offensive player to help out their quarterback. That's what they're thinking. Yeah,
I understand, but I look at the roster like, okay, they have Jones and Gallery at wideouts, and for tight ends they picked up Jesse James from Pittsburgh.
That's a pretty good pickup.
And for running back they picked up.
Get a younger player always.
Yeah, but they also running back. They picked up C.J. Anderson from the
Rams.
Yeah, and when you put in Kerryon Johnson, Theo Riddick, and then a little sleeper Zach Zenner, I mean, you still got a pretty good offense, really. I mean, on defense, sure they got some good defense players on the line and linebacking, but they need a safety. Losing Glover Quinn was a pretty big blow to them. They should have drafted a safety at the least. I understand picking a tight end because there was a need for the tight end last year, but considering how easy it is to pick up good tight ends, I don't know. I feel like they're kind of putting too much on the players they already have. I don't know.
Maybe that's true. You might even be right. Who knows? This is all speculation.
Yeah, it's all speculation. I mean, anything could happen.
There's another important channel update I gotta give you.
Yeah.
One of my game accounts was lost or something. There was an error for Fallout 76. I can't play that anymore right now. I'll give you an update if I can again, but I'm going to try and play some other games.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it happens sometimes, but yeah, it's internet stuff can be tricky. I mean it can be tricky sometimes. That's kind of why I personally like to try to rely on more offline stuff, but we live in a day and age where online's more of a thing, so. And, yeah.
I'll give you an update on that in the future if I figure it out more, or if I can play again.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, there's not... I don't really have anything else. Still working on everything else for me. But, yeah. Let's see. And also, there's not really much... And as a very brief side note, there's not much going on in the other 3 major sports. Hockey playoffs are still going on. NBA playoffs, Pistons were eliminated as expected, and some other things. And then baseball's still, in its infancy this season, so there's not much going on there either. It's mostly just the draft. That's the big thing right now.
Dude, there were so many people at the draft. It was incredible. Everyone had a jersey.
Yeah.
It looked kind of foolish, some of them, but that's okay.
The only thing I miss is when they boo at Goodell. Oh, that's a symphony to my ears.
Everyone was quiet. They wanted to hear him talk.
And he has this shit-eating grin on his face. Like, I don't care. I'm the fucking commish. I control your entertainment every Sunday.
Yeah, dude. Hey, thanks for chatting about this. I'm gonna sign off, alright?
Okay, yeah.
Peace out.
Yeah, see ya. Alright. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me too. I don't know if we're definitely gonna do at least one more video on the rest of the rounds, probably, but I don't know if we'll do it per day or if we're just combine the rest of them into the rest of the draft for one video. It's kind of hard to say right now. Just depends on scheduling and if we can do the vids or not. But yeah, guys, give us your thoughts in the comments on what you think of the draft and some likes or dislikes and stuff like that. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos and have a good day.